Welcome back, everyone. This is Albert back with the Pocho podcast. It's been a little time since we've last done this. It's about a year or even more than that. But here we go with another episode. Let's get into some I guess some latest topics, but some of the same old type of stuff that we've been looking at here in the Mexican American community. Of course, this show is all about learning about Mexican Americans, our lives, the culture, the experience, the Pocho podcast, living life as a Pocho. So here we got this guy. There's all kinds out there. We got this guy that says Pochos are foreigners. The simple fact that they're foreigners and never lived or grew up in Mexico converts them to some type of other for us as Mexicans. So this person is a Mexican. He's saying Pochos or Chicanos are not Mexicans and they never will be. Uh, so yeah, that's one of the comments. I think. Oh, because they were responding to this, like this comment right here. A purepecha or mixtec pocho. So basically a brown Mexican American or, American that's from Mexican descendancy. That's really brown. You can tell they're like from Indian descent. Doesn't speak Spanish. Okay, he's lived in the US. Never set foot in Mexico. Is more Mexican than a criollo or a Lebanese who lived in Mexico their whole life. Now, there's Mexicans that are from Japan, China, different countries that look Japanese, that look like they're from their other country, but they were born in Mexico, speak perfect Spanish, don't speak any other language, and are they were born in Mexico, so they're officially Mexican. They have a Mexican birth certificate. Their parents might be born in a different country, but they're Mexican. So that's a little bit weird that they're saying like an official Mexican citizen is not Mexican, but a pocho who looks Mexican but is not born in Mexico is is more Mexican. This person says no, that's not even the case. It's like a Mexican, Mexicans have their pride, and if someone's born in the US, they might look like a Mexican. They might not speak Spanish or whatnot. And so this is sort of like a dilemma here. And then we have this little like meme where this Mexican kid living in the US says, "I love Mexico. I love my culture." And we've seen this, so not, we'll get political maybe a little bit, but we see this a lot in the US, especially right now. People with the Mexican flag living in the US, maybe in LA, Texas, all over the United States. They say they love their culture. But then you have like a macho Mexicano that lives in Mexico that's saying, "Be quiet, you pocho. You're not even Mexican. You're from the United States. You're a gringo." So then we had this other guy. He looks a little whiter. I don't know why they did that, but you should leave him looking the same. And he's saying USA, USA, USA. And then the Mexican, of course, in this type of aspect, he says, "Okay, you look just like us. You have a nopal in your forehead. You look like a Mexican, and you think you're a gringo. You think you're an American." And so he insults the guy. So this is where the whole drama, and I don't even buy into this drama where you're not even from here or from there. That's a little, we can discuss that, but we've talked about that before. And then at the end, this is the classic part where a European, and you see this a lot with the YouTubers that are from Europe or whatever, they go to travel to Mexico and they get to experience Mexico and they're eating tacos, they're loving the culture and they love it. Sometimes they'll even stay. Or even Americans that'll go down to Vallarta tourist areas, they'll go down and they'll live there. And then all the Mexicans are like, "Jan, you're my brother. We accept you just like a Mexican. You are a Mexican." And they're all like European white and totally, look like that. Maybe don't speak Spanish at all, but maybe they grab a little few words, and the Mexicans are just like all loving it. So as you know, I'm from the soccer world, the Mexican football world. You guys remember this dude? Sven-Goran Eriksson, he took over the national team quite a ways back now. He did pretty well for an English Premier League team. So in England, he was a coach for one of the professional clubs. I forget which one, Everton or some club. And he did okay. Uh, was it Manchester United actually. He did okay. He came to the Mexico, and Mexicans were just like this. They're just like, "Oh, Sven is gonna take us to glory. He's the man. He's got European knowledge of the game of soccer, and he's gonna teach us everything." So of course that didn't work out. He was later fired because he didn't provide any results. So we see this a lot as a Mexican American. I don't buy into this of, you're from Europe, you're gonna save us. Poor. I have a little bit of pride. Us poor little Mexicans, we need help. I've always been a fan of Hugo Sanchez, even though there's some failures on that side, or any Mexican coach. Like let's keep coaches from Mexico, stuff like that for the national team. And then we get a little political. Now, of course, I'm going to give this caveat, and you could look at a lot of videos analyzing this whole thing with this guy Alex Preddy, and I'll say it, no one should die. And coming from like a little bit of a jiu-jitsu background, and watching videos of self-defense and training and police, um, training on how to subdue and wrestle and subdue a person, arrest a person. Um, we can get into the whole training talk, but in the end, no one deserves to die. But let's talk about this. We're going on this topic of Mexican American and this sort of white knight type of person. This image is of course, I think is ridiculous. Um, the praise of a Mexican American to these type of people, or let's just say to like European people or to white people. Uh, there's a video also that came from another person. She was I think she might have been a Hispanic person, but she was pure white. She sort of looked like this girl in the back, Renee Good. She sort of looked like her, but she spoke really good Spanish. You could tell there was a little bit of American accent, but she spoke really good Spanish. And this was a video she took a long time ago of saying, "I'm sorry, what's going on?" Not a long time ago, but maybe like a few weeks, months ago. She was saying, "I'm sorry." In Spanish, she was saying, "I'm sorry to all my Latin friends, what's going on. We support you, we love you," and all this stuff, and just all this praise. And I saw some people repost that, some Mexican people from Mexico repost that and say, "Look, this white person loves us. This white person supports us." And it's like, I get that you want some support. You want like this ally. I'll use the word ally. Um, but like I defend myself. I look after myself. Um, if I have friends and stuff that are helpful, then that's great. But I don't like the white knight, the virtue of someone coming and seeing me as like some kind of pobrecito, little victim. Let me help you. I'm up here. Let me bring you up to my level. That's sort of the aspect that I'm trying to get out of the perspective that I'm seeing out of this. And then we can go into the whole topic that a lot of, white knight people who think they know better than us brown people, saying, well, Latino men in the majority voted for this. They don't know what they are doing. They don't know what they're voting. They're not looking after their best interest. They are abandoning and betraying their own people. So that's something we can talk about. That's some ridiculous rhetoric as well, like my own people. I mean, I have people, but like if I go to a random Mexican American guy or even Mexican guy that looks just like me on the street that I've never met before, is he my people just because we looked similar? Or is my people my family, immediate relatives, cousins, whatever? Are those my people? Um, I grew up in the deep South around black people and white people. No Mexicans. This was a long time ago. No Mexicans. And it was just fine. My friends were all either white or either black. It wasn't no, like, I need someone my own color or I need someone, to lift me up. I was on equal footing as all the other people in sports, in school, in friendships, as all my white friends, as all my black friends. We were all equal. So it's just all the same. There's no like, I need assistance. I need help. I need to be lifted up. to a place of privilege. I had privilege. I mean, I was in the U.S., if you want to call whatever privilege that was. So this is sort of what we want to talk about here on the Pocho podcast. We'll get into a little bit of issues, but it's sort of silly, I think. Um, that whole situation of I need an ally. I need a white knight to protect me. I'm scared for myself. Um, we're on equal footing. I could help you out. You can help me out, but we're equally going to help each other out, and that's my perspective. I don't like this whole praising, or I'm so anxious to see a European come to love eating tacos in Mexico and love the culture. It's so much great, but when a Mexican American comes and loves the culture, I'm calling him a pocho and all this stuff. Or I hope we get a European coach or a Spanish coach to coach the national team in Mexico because they know so much more. No, I'll take a Mexican coach. They're still going to have the same Mexican talent, or even we could get into naturalized Mexican citizens who play for the Mexican national team, like Argentinians, um, Colombians, or whoever can't make their own national team in their country of origin, like Argentina. They go and play in Mexico, and then we're like, oh, we got the Argentinian. We're gonna do good in our national team. We need to bring more naturalized, people that grew up in the other countries who played, real good soccer, better than us, but not good enough for their own Argentinian national team. Let's take them on in Mexico. No, like I don't agree with that. I've discussed that a lot of times before. So that's basically this episode. Um, Leave some comments for any future type of things. I want to do some interviews. I want to, talk to some people and get some perspectives, especially maybe we won't get too political, but especially on like just life experiences in these times. There's a perceived or actual or even fiction of tension going on, not in the environment of tension, but like in individuals' lives, such as us Mexican Americans. Like, do I wake up and look out my window with a little bit of anxiety, or do I just go outside in my red state, and walk freely, walk without a care in the world? So we want to get some perspectives from all over people, Chicanos, even Mexicans. We might do some Spanish stuff. We might do some whatever, Mexican American stuff, Pocho stuff, interview some people, interview different types of people that speak Spanish that live in the US, different types of people that don't speak Spanish and live in the US, just all kinds of stuff. So we'll stay tuned for some of that. Give me some advice. Give me some what you guys want. Have a good one. Thanks for listening to the Pocho podcast.